Hey guys, it's Dom here, and I thought today I'd make a small and short video basically towards the unfortunate ending to Elder Scrolls Legends Asia. The Asian version of Elder Scrolls Legends, which basically was pretty much what a lot of Legends YouTubers moved over to when the news went out that Legends would stop developing content, as they believed that this Asian version would actually have some more future content, but unfortunately all the servers for it shut down at the end of 2020 and is now just gone completely. So in this video I'll not only be talking about the reasons why it closed down and why I think it just wasn't going to work anyway, but I'll also be talking about what I think the future for Elder Scrolls Legends is going to be, the main version, which is still up and I've been playing all this time. So one of the first biggest issues with TSL Asia was that it didn't really have that big an advertising budget. In fact, like, if you look at what it was trying to show off to people to get them to play the game, it was the very groundhold basics of Elder Scrolls Legends, which is still out for people to play. So for anyone who wasn't from Asia, playing this would just be, well, playing something that they could play still if they wanted to, but with a lot less content in, needing to get their collection up again. So for a lot of people who had already played this, it didn't really seem like that necessary a switch to move over to. While for those who the game was made for in Asia, either wouldn't really be able to see this because of the lack of advertising, or just wouldn't be that interested because they might have a way of getting onto the original version of the game. And from when I had a look at this version to see what differences there were, to the actual game itself, the only slight gameplay difference I was able to see was that you could make decks have a minimum of 45 cards instead of 50. So excluding consistency, there really wasn't anything gameplay-wise to change up. There was different forms of rewards in-game. So, for instance, when you leveled up, you could level up individual attributes and be given specific cards that would obviously work with the attribute you were leveling up. But this doesn't really seem like that much to kind of get people to come back to a game on a different kind of network with. And the other main thing that was that there was more methods of monetization, with the game having its own currency, which could either be spent on the battle pass or in-game packs, as shown in the top right as this picture. And again, with the hero pass, as they named it, battle passes can be good for money, but for people who don't really want to spend the money, it can be something they see, kind of just shrug off and move on. And if this doesn't really make the money that they were hoping this version would make, it, as it probably didn't, it would kind of mean that the game isn't really worth having. So with only having monetization be the only real difference between two versions, just means that it doesn't seem like that necessary a change. Something else that is also quite a valid point to mention is that if you look at the content creators and people who have spent their time on this game making videos, the views themselves weren't that high. So you could kind of see that there never really was like a large amount of interest. So like when a game usually begins, a lot of people flock to have a look at it. But when this came out, no one really there was no large jump in views. It was just a kind of small fan base continually watching them, which is obviously nothing wrong with, but to keep a game running you do need a lot of money going into it. And when you can see that the main channel for promoting this game only had 65 subscribers, it kind of shows that there wasn't really much going on for it. And now to talk about original Elder Scrolls Legends. Something unfortunate about that is that there will be no 2021 monthly cards or 2022 monthly cards as planned at the moment, as they're planning to recycle through old cards again and again from previous months. And this does get me asking the question, which is, will the original Elder Scrolls Legends possibly go for the same fate that Elder Scrolls Legends Asia did? And honestly, as one of the creators who has basically grown so much through this game, loves the game itself and the entire franchise, I obviously want this game to stay around as long as possible. I want there to kind of go back to it and think, why don't we just add a few more cards to it every once in a while? But honestly, we don't really know. I mean, it could be that by the end of this year they decide that they're going to close down Elder Scrolls Legends if the player count's too low, or they might just decide that they might as well keep it up, but not really bother kind of putting up that many servers for it and just kind of leaving it just to see what happens with it. I personally will continue to make videos on this as long as I want to, and at the moment I've got no interest to stop making videos, so don't expect me to just suddenly stop without actually coming out and saying that I don't want to make videos anymore. But as I said, I'm still very happy to play this game. I still enjoy it loads, and I can still find things that I want to mess about with. Of course, if like I could have the full collection unlocked to me or something like that, that would be perfect, just for making as many meme decks as possible, and then pumping out super loads of content. But of course, that's just something that they aren't going to do, or that would just doom any form of monetization whatsoever for this game. Because obviously, even though it's not in development, there's probably someone out there who buys like a card pack or two every once in a while, and because of that, it is still technically making money. And in fact, if you even look at the Steam charts, there's always at least 100 plus people on the game, and that's just from Steam, as other people might have it on Bethesda.net launcher, or, you know, on their phones or tablets or something like that. And because of that, it does mean that there's always a few people online to play it, even if it is a very small and perhaps very elite community. I mean, for me, with card games like this, it would just be, tell your friends, why don't you get it, have a few games, enjoy it, see what you think. And that's probably how it will live on for now, and hopefully will continue to live on. From what I've seen, TSL Asia, when it closed down, was offering refunds for some of the things that people had purchased, and I know original TSL isn't doing that because obviously it's still staying up, and it's probably going to stay up for a lot longer, but who knows. In the future, we can't really tell what's going to happen. And for the moment, all I'm going to be doing is just planning out more content. In fact, I've got something quite big Elder Scrolls related planned, but it's very early stages of planning at the moment, and is probably going to be expected to be coming out around mid-February at this rate. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. But if you guys have enjoyed this quick little video, let me know. Just comment, subscribe, like, whatever. Tell me what your opinions are and what you hope happens to this game. And yeah, I'll see you next time.